Atkins,
Yes, sir?
I want you to organise a great big data extraction from primary care, Atkins.
A great big data extraction, sir?
That's right, Atkins. I want you to build a pipeline that will suck data out of every surgery in the land.
You mean a virtual pipeline, Undersecretary? A piece of software that acts like a pipeline?
I mean a pipeline. Data is a type of liquid, you know.
Yes, but you can't...
Shut up, Atkins.
Yes, Undersecretary. What sort of data do you want extracted?
Doesn't matter what sort of data, Atkins, as long as there's lots of it. I want masses of data, and when you've sucked it all out, I want you to siphon it all off into a big pot.
You mean a virtual pot?
Shut up, Atkins.
Are you going to do research with this data, Undersecretary?
Research? Yes, I suppose it could be used for research. If anybody asks, that's what we'll say.
It's for research?
That's right, Atkins. We'll say it's for research.
Why do you love great big collections of data so much, Undersecretary?
Why do I love great big collections of data so much? When I was a small boy, I used to collect stamps. You didn't know I used to collect stamps when I was a small boy, did you, Atkins?
No, Undersecretary, I didn't know that.
Well, I did. One lovely sunny day during the school holidays, I got all of my rarest stamps out, and I arranged them all on the windowsill of my room, ready for pasting into a big red stamp album I'd just bought with my birthday money. The window was open, the sun was shining. In the field behind our house they were playing a game of cricket, and Charlie the gardener was mowing the lawn just below. It was one of the most blissful afternoons I can ever remember.
How lovely!
Just as I'd finished arranging my stamps on the windowsill, my father burst in with a great big gin and tonic in his hand and said, did I want a game of Monopoly?
That was nice of him.
The opening of the bedroom door caused a through draft. All of my stamps blew out of the window, and Charlie the gardener mowed them up with his lawn-mower.
Oh dear! What did your father say?
He said, well, do you want a game of Monopoly or don't you?
What did you say?
I said, Papa, you made all my stamps blow out of the window.
Oh, what did he say?
He said, what do you mean? Then he marched straight downstairs, straight out of the house, straight into his car, and drove off to his secret society.
What a shame.
Ever since that day, Atkins, I've always collected things. Doesn't matter what. If it's out there to be collected, I want to collect it.
But what are we going to tell people, Undersecretary?
Tell people? Who said we were going to tell people?
But you can't just make a great big data extraction from every surgery in the country without telling anybody, Undersecretary. Somebody's bound to notice. What would Nadvik Clammeregg say?
Who?
Nadvik Clammeregg.
Who?
The Prime Minister.
Oh, him.
He says public services have got to be transparent.
The man's an imbecile. He doesn't understand anything about the civil service.
What about number one?
Number one?
He's in charge of secrets, isn't he?
Yes.
He might be cross.
All right, I'll tell you what we'll do, Atkins. We'll tell all the GPs about this data extraction, and we'll make it their responsibility to inform the patients. Send them an email. Make it very long and complicated with lots of attachments. Most of them won't open it. If they do open it, they won't understand what it means. And if they do understand what it means, they won't do anything about it. That's the way we handle these things in the NHS, Atkins. Apparent openness, resulting in a complete information blackout.
Yes, sir. Would you like a toasted tea cake, Undersecretary?
Yes, please. Butter and jam.
Have you seen this email about data extraction? What on earth are you on about, Fairy? Well, there was an email from the Department of Health, and they said they were going to extract loads of data from our clinical system, and it's up to us to let the patients know about it.
Oh, yeah, I've done that already.
Have you? Well, how can they extract data from a clinical system? What on earth does that mean? Oh, well, it's no good asking me, Gladders. I couldn't understand a bloody word of it.
Well, they suck it out through a pipeline.
A pipeline? They suck it out through a pipeline? What are you talking about? Computers don't have pipes, do they?
Well, actually, information's a sort of
Oh,
fluid.
don't explain it to me. I don't want to hear. Bloody computers. If I had my way, we'd all go back to using paper. At least you knew where you were with paper.
No, you didn't. If somebody's notes went missing...
Oh, but it didn't matter, because you kept the real information in your head. How come you're so clued up about this, Grabber? I couldn't even get past the first sentence of that email.
I use this app called Cut the Crap. I always use the Cut the Crap app.
Bah! Apps! I don't even know what they are, and I still hate them. But what do you mean you've done it already? Do you mean you've already told your patients about the data extraction?
Yeah, I did it last week. I sent them all letters.
But that must have cost a fortune.
No, it didn't cost anything.
Well, it must have done. I mean, just the paper and envelopes.
Well, I'll get them all free from drug companies.
What? You mean they've got drug adverts on them?
Yeah, great big ones.
Ah, now that's where I agree with you, Grabber. I always used to get the drug companies to pay for my holidays. There's nothing like a nice medical conference in the south of France. But even so, what about the folding and the envelope stuffing?
Oh, well, we've got this works experience kid from the school. He did all that.
Well, that doesn't sound like very good work experience. That's the best kind. Crushingly boring. Teach him to get some qualifications and then get himself a proper job.
He seemed to quite like it, actually. He just listened to his music all day long.
Bah! No wonder the country's going to the dogs. What about the cost of stamps?
Oh, well, I never put any stamps on them.
You what? You can't send thousands of letters out without stamps on them.
Why can't I?
Well, what are you going to say to people when they come in and complain?
Well, I'll say, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
That's it.
Well, that won't work.
Of course it will. I'm always saying it. It's an accredited technique. They use it in the civil service.
In my day, we used to blame everything on the Family Practitioner Committee.
Oh, yeah, that's another good one.
Would anybody like a Chelsea bun? Have you done all the notices to patients about big data, Tina?
Yeah, but nobody's ever going to look at them.
Have you put up a notice in the waiting room?
Yeah, but nobody ever reads the notices in the waiting room.
Have you put something on the website?
Yeah, but nobody ever looks at the website.
What about the practice leaflet? Did you put something in the practice leaflet?
Well, yeah, but...
Oh, well, who cares? I couldn't care less. As long as we made the information available, I'd much prefer it if nobody did look. Because, frankly, I don't understand a bloody word of it. If anybody asks me any questions, I'll be completely buggered. It's another one of these stupid initiatives, dreamt up by some stupid initiative-dreaming-up person at the Department of Health, who sits around on his spotty arse all day long, dreaming up stupid initiatives, and probably gets paid twice as much as I do.
Yes, Dr. Airy.
Oh, well, that's another bloody horrible day over and done with. I'm off home for a sausage sandwich and a violent film on DVD. Hard Death Terminator 3 with a double vengeance. Brilliant. Meow, poof, kapow, boom, biff, zocco.
You can't do that, Dr. Airy.
Why not? I can watch what I like, can't I?
Your wife called.
Oh, bloody hell.
She dictated me this shopping list.
Hellfire. What's all this posh food for? I can't afford all this stuff. I'm in debt up to my ears. Does she know how much smoked salmon costs? I don't even like smoked salmon. Why can't we just have pork pies for once?
Well, she says you're having a dinner party tonight.
Oh, crap.